Dear learners, this is Skandura Arifur Rahman, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Government Government College. I welcome you again in my lecture on voice sense. This is our third lecture on voice sense, and today we will see how we can sense imperative sentences and other informal rules related to voice sense from active to passive. Dear students, the imperative sentence may be structured in the following ways. Just look at the structures below. Number one, the sentence may start with verb. There may not be any subject. Verb, then object, then extension. Verb, object, extension. Number two, your sentence may start with do not or never. Negative sentence, then verb, then object, and there may be extension. In third case, your sentence may start with please. Then you will get verb, an object, and then extension. Dear learners, in all cases, you may start the passive voice with let. You may just start the passive voice with let, as there is no subject. You will have to start with let, and then other rules will remain the same as you practiced earlier. Just see the example. In active voice we see respect verb, your superior's object. There is no extension, there is no subject. So let comes first, then the object will appear as subject, let your superiors, then be, then the past participle from the main verb. Let your superiors be respected. Next we see another example. Do not tell a lie. And if, as the sentence is the negative one, you will have to use not just after let. Let not a lie be told. Let not a lie be told. Let's look at another example. Please help me. The sentence starts with please. Then in passive, let me. The object will come as subject. Me be helped. Let me be helped. Then if you find no subject in your sentence in the active voice, you may start the passive voice with let. You may also make it passive in other ways if you can. There are other ways also, but it depends on your own capacity. If you can turn the passive in other ways, then it will be okay. Just look, if the active voice or active form starts with let, the passive form will also start with let. Your active voice may also start with let. Just see the example. Let me speak the truth. Let me speak the truth. In passive we see let the truth be spoken, as there is subject me by me. Let the truth be spoken by me. In case of complex sentence, dear learners, if you get complex sentence, then you may turn it passive in two ways. Just you may use the subordinate clause. That means the part which starts with a conjunction. The subordinate clause may be used as object. The total subordinate clause, the whole subordinate clause may act as object, or you may borrow it as object in place of the subordinate clause. You may borrow it and you may use it as subject. Just notice the example. He reported that he was ill. This is subordinate clause. Then you may borrow it here as object and it will act as subject. It was reported. Then the subordinate clause will remain in the same place. It was reported that he was ill. Or you may turn it passive in this way, that he was ill. The subordinate clause will act as subject, then be verb was, then the past participle form of main verb by him. That he was ill was reported by him. And if any subordinate clause acts as subject, it is always singular, so we have used was. Then there is quasi-passive verb. Quasi-passive verb, the verbs are in the active form, but the sentence appears to you that it is somewhat like passive. There is no active doer of the verb in the sentence. That is why it is called quasi-passive. And another thing you will have to notice that after quasi-passive verb you will find an adjective, not object. There is no object but an adjective. The structure is subject, then the quasi-passive verb, then an adjective. And you may just follow two ways to make the sentence passive. You may use subject, then be verb according to the tense and subject, then the past participle form of the main verb, then adjective. Just see the example. Rice sells sheep. Rice sells sheep. And you may turn it into passive in this way. Rice, subject, here subject, then be verb. Be verb is, as it is present tense, in the past participle form of the main verb. Sold, then the adjective, sheep. Rice is sold, sheep. And you may also make it passive in another way. There is another way to make it passive. Just use the subject first, then be verb, then the adjective. Rice sells sheep, then rice, then be verb is, then adjective sheep. And after that you may use when it is or they are. If the subject is singular, then you will have to use when it is. But if the subject is plural, then you will have to use they are. Then the past participle form of the main verb. Just notice the example. Rice sells sheep. Rice is sheep when it is sold. Rice is sheep when it is sold. Let's see another example. Green mangoes taste sour. And green mangoes are sour when they are tasted. As the subject is plural, we have used they are. They are tasted. You may find another rule in changing voice. In active voice, you may get such a structure: subject, be verb, and then verb plus ing. The house is building. Then to make it passive, we will have to use subject, then be verb, then being, then past participle form of the main verb. The house is building, and the passive is the house is being built. The house is being built. These are the extra rules, exceptional rules, and you have to practice a lot to have your command or voice sense, and I hope you will practice more and more staying at home. And in our next class we will discuss how we can turn passive voice into active voice. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.